There's a brand new day ahead, so much to do, so much to see, so get your ass up out of bed. Get out now, time's wasted, there's no reward for hesitating.
Hey guys, just sitting here thinking about the whole gun law, gun restrictions issue, which of course still really big in the media, on the internet and everything else. And you know, they're talking about common sense gun laws. You know, like for example, what about a motorcycle, owning a motorcycle? In order to use that motorcycle, you're going to have to take a training course and get licensed that says you're allowed to do it because you've been trained in how to do it. Then you have to take that motorcycle and you have to register it with the DMV and get it licensed, have license plates. Okay, there's more restrictions on operating a motorcycle than there is, say, buying an AR-15. Okay, you don't have to have any safety or training under your belt at all. I think anywhere that you're allowed to buy them. Right? You just go in and you buy it, you take it home and you use it. And the neat thing about guns is that their sole purpose is for injuring and or killing. Right? Well, I mean, whether it's hunting animals or self-defense, you know, you don't buy it for self-defense to just show it and then they'll retreat. The idea is in case you need to injure and or kill somebody in your defense. You know, and that's a very important thing and needs to be treated with a lot of responsibility, right? At least as much as a motorcycle. And people say, you know, the Second Amendment, written in the 1700s, when guns, they fired one shot, you know. But at the same time, that was military grade. That's the same shit the Army was using. Okay, and that brings me to my next point, that people who are opposed to having a gun registry, you know, like registering your AR-15, people who are opposed to that usually don't have much to hide. What they are opposed to is the government having a list of people who can resist them. Because see, when the Second Amendment was written, it wasn't to allow people to have guns for hunting. It was to allow people to have guns to defend themselves from tyranny. Okay, so these people say that their AR-15s and their military-type weapons are to defend against the government should the government turn against the people and turn tyrannical. Okay, so that is the conundrum that we face. Because if you have a registry of these kind of weapons, all the guys that have these guns, and ladies, I'm sorry, that have these guns, be registered with the government that they may have to use these weapons against. If the government were to turn tyrannical against the people, these are the first people who would be rounded up and arrested, and suddenly their weapons are completely useless. Okay? So that's the conundrum that we're up against. I don't think anybody thinks that it's a good idea for criminals to be able to get guns or mentally ill kids to be able to get guns. I don't think that that's an issue with anyone. I don't think even your craziest right-wing weirdos think that it's a good idea for mentally ill children to get, you know, semi-automatic weapons and go shoot up a school. That's not ever the issue. You have to understand what each group of people is thinking. You see, and I'm somewhere in the middle, so I'm not even really sure how to handle that. You know what I mean? It's going to take some real thought and deliberation, and that's going to require people to be clear-headed. You know what I mean? You're going to have to come out of the right and come out of the left. You know what I mean? There has to be some way to arrange this. Because, of course, your right-wing people are seeing this as this is a secret operation. The government working on disarming the people who may be able to stand against them. And you have the left-wing people saying this is enough, that these weapons are available so easily that a mentally ill child can get a hold of one and murder a bunch of people. You know what I mean? So that's the balance that we're facing right now. And of course, these people don't want to listen to these people. They think they're complete pussies and losers. These people don't want to listen to these people because they're complete warmongering nut jobs, okay? And they're neither one of you are right. There's someplace in the middle, okay? And you can't go online, you can't watch the news or anything without seeing one of these perspectives that, you know, is so incredibly unbalanced. And so I'm getting away from my original idea, and the idea is just that I believe that we need to have responsible and common sense gun laws, but at the same time I can't deny that the main reason people want military weaponry is not to commit terrorist acts and not to hunt deer. It's because they may need to protect themselves from the National Guard and the police one of these days, you know what I mean? And so how are you supposed to do that with crossbows and shit, you know? It just doesn't work. So, wow, a lot to think about.